It's still early days, but it's been a really good start to this season. We're a long way in now. I really want to get promoted this year, so I need to keep this going. Got 2 big games today. Hopefully, we can stay near or at the top of the league. So here we are. You can see we have had an unbeaten start to the season, including 2 wins in the cup. We had 2 draws against Catanzaro and Campobasso. In the case of the Campobasso game, very, very unlucky to draw that one with a very, very late equaliser for the opposing side. Whereas in the Catanzaro game, we were, I suppose, unlucky again because the equaliser was quite late as well, but also we threw away a 2-0 lead. So I can't have a huge amount of sympathy for myself, especially given that we were playing against 10 men for the majority of the game. So today we have Bari and Trapani, a tough game and a slightly easier game. So I thought it'd be a nice little mix to show you at this stage in the season. And this is the team that we had ready. I think it's the team we're going to go with. Di Chiara is not on the best of form, so there's all like that temptation to bring on Roller is always there. But I think for the moment I'm going to stick with exactly what I've got here. I think this is the team that I want to stick with. Bedini hasn't had the best of starts, but at the moment I'm sticking with him. Colucci, though, starting to put some pressure on. He's improving. Be nice to have another player established in the team. Reala's starting to become established, almost by accident, really, because I was intending to find someone else for that position. But he's done all right. Nothing outstanding, but nothing bad either. So I'm hoping that he's going to be good enough. And we're underway against the league leaders, hoping to keep this good early season form going. It'd be nice if we could become the only team that's unbeaten in this league. Catanzaro and Taranto both unbeaten as well. And in fact, Virtus Francavilla, although they've drawn 4 games. Unlikely that we could become the only unbeaten team today, although not impossible, I assume. Di Marco with the cross. Reala brings it back in. Bedini. And Gomez is there at the back post. I think he's onside. No, it's given off. And, well, it's encouraging, but we haven't yet created a... Oh, yeah, we have got a penalty now. So Gioldi steps up and puts it away. We're 1 up just before half-time. Good time to score, I think. Not that there's ever a bad time to score. First big chance that we created that penalty, but then they haven't created much either, so I'm pretty pleased. Hopefully we can continue that good form into the second half and try and add to our lead and make this game a little easier than it might otherwise be. Let's bring on Roller. Last 15 minutes or so. Going to bring on Enyan as well, up the left-sided midfield. Just switch him round with Di Marco because Di Marco is slightly better suited to that left wing role, whereas Enyan is more of a fullback. Brigliadori is going to make way for Reddy. And that's an equaliser. It's going to be disallowed. That's good. Thought that was a last-minute equaliser, but no, he is offside. Not too far offside, but he is offside. A big win there. Really good win for Zaffarana there. A really, really good performance. Quite simple game, actually. There wasn't a huge amount. We had it on extended highlights, but not a huge amount of highlights because we basically kept them very quiet. You saw the XG wasn't great from either side, and so we got a fairly significant win. Bear in mind that XG with 1.06 for us includes a penalty, and their XG 0.67, so that explains why it was such a short game. Good stuff. It might be the shortest game I've ever had on extended highlights. So we will be back for the next game. You can see if I can keep this winning run going. But as I think you can agree, we are looking quite good at the moment. So hopefully we will be back on the 4th of October for another win. So I didn't pick Colucci for that game. Shows what I know. Picked up the Under-19 Player of the Month award after 3 very, very good performances. Really impressed with him. Player I never really expected to make it, but he has shown remarkable improvements. The good mentals mean that he is really able to show that improvement in terms of his attributes, and you can see the ability progress that he's made. I think it's not far off before I'll have to consider him a first choice. Right, and now we're back again with the Trapani game. It feels like the kind of game that in previous years we might have lost, having won against Bari. But we need to make sure we keep winning. Excellent start to the season, but it will mean nothing if we fall apart later on. I think today I am going to play Roller, give him a game. And given what I've just seen, I think I'm also going to play Colucci as well. So we've got 3 of our produced youngsters on the pitch, and Reddy is likely to come on as well. So showing that we have got the beginnings of what might be quite a good youth academy. We haven't yet actually upgraded it. Obviously, the financial position at the club at the moment is still quite precarious. Despite the takeover which cleared our debts, we are still hemorrhaging money because we can't really afford to not keep buying the players that are going to improve us. So I've kept doing that, even though I knew it would. I could have been conservative this year and just thought, right, I'm going to try and keep the balance decent. But I didn't want to just settle for staying in this league forever, which is what we would have had to have done, I think, if we'd done that. I've signed players who I thought would improve us. They seem to have done so. Still unbeaten as it stands. And DiMarco with the free kick straight into the keeper's arms. But we come forward again with Bro. Penalty, I think. Yep, roller goes over and we have a penalty. GLD will miss it this time. Doesn't miss them often, GLD. Fairly good penalty taker. Brushy. Good save by Marson there. Certainly feels to me like a bit of an upgrade, Marson, on the previous keepers we've had. 3 clean sheets in the first 7 games, only conceding 5 goals. Quite pleased with that. That feels to me like a bit of an improvement from the keepers we've had in the past. We've had good ones. Roller shoots, but keeper saves that. Gioldi shoots and goes wide. We're looking threatening, but we are going to need to get a goal soon. Bringing on Chiara now. I'm going to bring on Enyan again. Switch him with DiMarco. Turning into a fairly regular substitution. I may have to start with Enyan and DiMarco next for the next game. DiMarco takes the free kick and it goes over the bar. Brigliadori finds DiMarco and we get the goal at last. It's taken a while, this one. I'm ready for the last few minutes, give him a chance. And DiMarco does get the goal after moving up to that left wing position. It's definitely his better position, I think. I think I may need to try this Enyan DiMarco in parallel thing rather than one or t'other. And that is that. A very dominant performance, despite the fact that we only got 1 goal. 2.24 XG is pretty high. I've seen higher, but you could probably argue that we were a bit unlucky only to win 1-0 there. And we got the major win that we know we needed. I made an executive decision with this channel. For the first time, we're going to have a 3-game video today. I wasn't actually planning this, but I feel like this team's on a roll and I want to show you a bit more of that. For the next game against Casatana, I'm going to stay on for that one. I will see you right there. Okay, here we are. Some of you may have noticed that there's a specific reason why this has happened. It's because I again left it on just the key highlights, which is why the games have flown past. It's not something I intend to do very often. I want you to actually see the games in a little bit more detail, but I do often play when I feel like I'm on a roll. I do often play the non-video games a little bit quicker, and I just forgot to change it. So I thought, well, if I've forgotten that, I might as well do 3 games. So I'm going to keep it on those low highlights for this game. Loving all this going on here. This 3-man midfield, which is really starting to show what it's made of. But yeah, for this video, because I've done it for the first 2 games, I'm going to do it for the last one as well. We'll have a nice quick game here, and we'll be back to the normal extended highlights for future games. I still can't quite believe I'm not playing Spampato. He was so good last year, but it's just going quite well. I might give Delicari a miss for this game, though, having said that. Got so many players doing really well in central defence that I'm going to afford to kind of move them around a little bit. I'm actually going to play Colucci as well. So we've got a new central defensive partnership. Well, relatively new. They have, of course, played together before. And we're off against Casatana, the team I would hope to be beating. Chase Catanzaro down, playing Virtus Francavilla, so that will be a tough game for them. Francavilla are fairly high up as well. They are 4th place. So it's a game that Catanzaro might struggle, although I was going to say they'd scored, but actually Virtus scored first. So interesting game going on there at Catanzaro. If we could get ahead and they draw, then we go level on points with them, which is something that be a step in the right direction for sure. We are creating all of the chances in this first half, but not really the kind of chances that are going to lead to us scoring goals. We need to start actually taking some chances and maybe making some better ones as well. With Catanzaro drawing, it wouldn't actually be a disaster, this, but it would be a massive opportunity missed. So I want to try and make sure we take advantage and get this win. I'm going to call for Ready, Roller and Ready to the rescue, hopefully. And Gioldi with the cross, Enyan to Gioldi, Ready, gets a shot on target at least. had a huge number of highlights in this game, despite the fact we've had most of the chances, well, most of the shots anyway. Not a lot of them have been highlight videos. Pin us through and misses. It would have been an absolute catastrophe if we'd lost this game. Still could do, of course. I think we are going to let this opportunity slip by, though. Oh no, we're going to do worse. Pinner has got the goal. It was disallowed, so that's okay. So we keep our unbeaten record, I think. Just dropping 2 points, not the full 3. It's disappointing after such a good start to the season and a double win in this this video. And Catanzaro do draw, so it's not the end of the world. But Bari are now hot on our tails after that 2-0 win against Torres. We need to keep winning and winning and winning. So I'll be back tomorrow. Let's have a look and see what games it might be. I mean, the obvious game would be to come back for a Catanzaro game, but we've just... that was the Lega against Catanzaro. But no, Catanzaro... Have we played them recently? Yes, we played them in the league. We got that draw, didn't we? So in that case, we will probably be back for... I think that's those two there. The Avellino and Taranto games look like promising ones, don't they? So I'll be back at the end of November for those two games there. If we're on a bit of a roll, I might go on to that Virtus game as well. Three teams in the kind of top echelons we're playing in a row there, so that's a possibility. But certainly for the Avellino and Taranto games, and I will see you then. So as you can see, things going really, really well. Hopefully we can keep this up, but there is still a very long way to go. And disappointing results like that one, we can't get that goal, despite pretty severe dominance in that game, are problematic because it means that when we do eventually, and we'll eventually start losing games again. We'll probably go on a run where we lose 3 or 4 in a row. It will make more of a difference when we do that. So we need to keep winning and trying to make sure we make the most of this good form. And hopefully I will be able to come back tomorrow and show you that good form has continued. See you tomorrow, folks. Have a good one.